What's up, traders? Welcome back. So today I want to focus on two tickers. We got SRG and CLVS. One of these tickers I'm red on, and the other one, well, you'll see in a second. It's kind of embarrassing, but let's go over to the trading screen and then dive right into it. Boom, boom, there it is. So here's CLVS, which, it's on a nice healthy grind here to the front side with pretty decent volume, a little bit on the lower range of what I'm usually looking for price-wise, but I gotta say it's doing all right. I just didn't really have the trust in it. And let's see, maybe on the daily, why we can figure out I didn't really get aggressive on this ticker. Let's see, CLVS, biotech, 144 almost million shares outstanding. That's kind of a lot. And then a 427 million market cap. So it's a mid cap with a very, very high float. Well, actually, I don't know the float exactly, but the shares outstanding is pretty high. So that's a little bit unorthodox to what I'm usually looking for. Again, checklist, if you want to check it out, tradejournal.co/start, you'll see exactly what I'm usually looking for. We have a big resistance kind of engulfing candle here, which I wasn't sure if we were going to break out today because we had pretty low relative volume. So that kind of put me on edge a little bit. But hey, we're breaking out, and while we got some room to run, we got some major resistance around 3.3, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but we're chugging along pretty nicely. And hey, the day's not even nearly over. It's only 10:30, so we still have potential for maybe some really big increase in relative volume. Who knows? And look at this, just another big 1 minute candle volume got printed in here. Now, I'm usually done trading by 10. So when I was looking at this ticker, it was kind of in this area. And I was like, do I want to, really get aggressive on this ticker? There was one really nice move here on CLVS, and this was right here at the break of VWAP, pull back, and another breakout. I think this is the trade I really regret that I missed. But at the same time, I wasn't looking at CLVS. I posted in the Discord, and there was like 8 or 9 tickers that were moving today. It was a little bit overwhelming, and not one of those tickers was really nice. I think that was the big problem for today, for me, specifically with my strategy, because like you guys know, I always do the best when I'm usually focused on one ticker, and I just traded one, maybe 2 tickers that day. That's when I do my best. So what I maybe could have done is, I don't know, be a little bit more vigilant here and actually end up trading it. Or maybe, I don't know if I would have traded this one, very fleshy action, but maybe jump back into it here. But then again, it's a Friday, it's already 10:06. I usually wrap up by 10, so I don't know. It's a grinder. So I guess I don't really regret that I didn't trade it. And that's right, I did not trade CLVS. That's the one of these tickers that I didn't trade, and for all the reasons that I mentioned. So let's actually talk about some of these tickers that I did trade. Let's start with SRG. This ticker was pretty okay. It was a little shaky, and I had a hard time, again, kind of edging into it, really wanting to trade it. I'm actually down on this one 50 cents. I had a big red trade, and then I kind of crawled my way out of the hole on it. Well, actually, the loss wasn't super significant. It was just a slower day, so it felt like, I kind of gave back half my profits on the day on SRG at the time. So let's look at this one, and let's start on the daily as well. So we have a big, nice, high relative volume breakout. That's really good to see. It's a real estate company with 43 million shares outstanding and a $400 million market cap. So lower float, that's good, but at the same time, the market cap is still pretty high. Not to mention, it's near some really big resistance, and it's been stuck at this area pretty much ever since the open, and even pre-market, it's been stuck at this area. So let's go ahead and look at what this one looks like actually first on the 5 minute. You'll see here it had a really, really nice rally. It looks like it was kind of jumping up on some of the news yesterday, right down here in this area, 60%, then pulled back, and then went up to 70%, and then pulled back again, and it's really stuck in this 950 zone. So let's see how I actually went ahead and traded this one. I didn't trade it pre-market because it wasn't really anything that I like. It wasn't over VWAP. It wasn't doing any sort of front side in this area, and I started trading at 7 a.m. So, ever since I started looking at this ticker, it's been selling off. Then it tried to do a break of VWAP. I went for the trade of VWAP. It sold off, and I cut my losses here on this one right before it rips back up. And I was like, go figure. Luckily, I didn't let some sort of, emotions get the best of me, and I actually went right back in it, trade this pullback, and made most of my losses back and a little bit more of a trade right here. I could have traded this one a little bit harder, that's for sure, but at the same time, I wasn't loving the 5-minute setup. The volume was there, but everything else was just making me a little bit uneasy. I kind of had a feeling it was going to do some sort of attempt in this area, and my original goal was to hold into a breakout here. But I think for the fact that I was red on this ticker already, and oftentimes when I'm red on a ticker and I just start crawling into a deeper and deeper hole, it's not the way forward. And I think that was too much in my mind for me to hold. I think if somehow I was green on this first trade, I would have held this trade. It's annoying how that sometimes rubs off on you, but I think it's half the time it's for the best. So yeah, SRG, that's kind of the situation here for me. And it's a little bit of a flushy ticker here. And I'm not really sure if we're going to break this 9.5 and really head towards 10.5 or so. It's proving very difficult. So let's go to these other tickers really fast. We got APRE. This ticker is just a little bit of a disaster. I actually traded it right here in this area. For some reason, my trades aren't showing up right now on TOS. I traded this breakout and then I traded this pullback. Two very quick little trades. Ever since it was below VWAP, I stopped looking at it on the daily. It's not very nice. Has high relative volume, but it's a red day, so that's not really good. And then USEA, the weird IPO ticker that went from 80 cents to like $10. Kind of doing all right. Pre-market right here in this area, and this is exactly where I traded it, and then it went below VWAP again, and I stopped looking at it at that point. I traded this ticker again. My trades aren't showing up, a little bit weird, but I traded it into this breakout right here. I did a few trades, and then I traded this pullback, and then I stopped trading it because this had a failed pullback, and I basically closed the position with not wanting to rebuy because that's really the only first pullback I'll look for, and if it doesn't have continuation from there, I usually stop trading it. So USEA, basically limiting myself on this one and getting really aggressive quickly on this one, made me my profits. But at the same time, I didn't really size up that much. I think I was doing like 600 shares on this one or something like that. So it wasn't super aggressive either. So that was a nice little 4-day week. Actually, I think I was green every single day this week. Yeah, you can see right here in July, we started off green and we continued our little green streak. Although the last 3 days weren't really the best trading. I didn't really like the tickers and I had a hard time really getting aggressive in sizing. Both days I actually gave back quite a bit of profits too. If you just go to my running P&L, you'll see that a little bit better right here, where it was a little bit of a chop fest Wednesday and Thursday. If we go to my stats, you'll see a high win ratio today, but again, like always, my risk reward is negative. I don't know what it is. And then right here, my average position size 6,000, so a little bit light. This basically means I'm just taking a lot of scratches. I'm not really sizing up. I'm definitely not adding into winners, and I'm pretty much leaving it at that. And let's just take one last look at CLVS to get a nice little punch of FOMO in before the weekend starts. Oh my God. Yeah, I could have traded this so many times. Look at that perfect 5-minute setup right here. I mean, perfect. It even pulls back, has a little bit of a fake out, a little bear trap too, and then it crawls up here. Nice little 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback. Does another breakout, 6%. Man, I could have been milking CLVS. This is why you want to leave your biases at the door. You just want to trade the price action in front of you. Right now, it does look like it's getting maybe a little bit more top heavy based on all that red volume coming in. And we have that big resistance at 3.3. So I'd be a little cautious with CLVS at this point. But hey, who knows how far it can go. It's still technically on a front side. So you don't want to overguess yourself. You want to keep riding that wave as long as possible. CLVS was definitely the one today, but it totally slid by me, which is a little upsetting. But hey, I'll take my green week, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more clear and focused action tomorrow or Monday morning. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, I'll see you then first thing Monday morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.